What's going on, guys? Slim here with a new video today, and today, you guys, like I promised, we're gonna have what I think are going to be the top 5 rogue decks for this format. The format has officially started. Welcome to the new ban list. Pretty crazy, a lot of hits from that list. We discussed it a lot. I think this format's gonna be interesting. I think there's a lot of decks with a lot of potential. You guys saw for the first time ever, I actually had 10 decks that could be meta. Like, I don't remember the last time that happened. That's pretty crazy. I'm excited for this. I want to cover the rogue decks. Now, again, this is just my personal opinion. This is just what I've been observing, watching games on Dueling Book, watching people just play on EDO Pro, just hearing from what decks have been doing well so far. Now, again, we haven't had any events yet because our list just went into effect, but give it time. This is our list for national, so it'll be really interesting to see what ends up happening, but hopefully you guys enjoy. Be sure to subscribe, smash that like button. You guys already know what to do. Links are in the description if you want to support the channel, yada yada yada, TCG player link, dragon link, etc. You guys already know what to do. Let's hop into it. So coming in at number 5. Now, again, I'm going to let you guys off with a disclaimer. 5 is not better than 1. 1 is not better than 5. These are just rogue decks. These are honestly just rogue decks that I've seen people playing, seem to have some success with, and I'm hoping that they do well in this format. And the first one is Gold Pride. Do I know anything about Gold Pride? Nope. Just seen it have success. Shout out to my boy Salas. I know he had success with it even in last format, and now I know players are picking up the cards, seeing if it actually is worthwhile. I think the deck's decent. I think the deck is pretty cool, and I think that in the hands of the right pilot, the deck can do well, like I always say. I think that it's synergy if you are playing it with like the punk cards or anything like that. You can also have seen people like combo with Therion. Like, I've seen a lot of different takes with Gold Pride. It'll be interesting to see what the deck does. I think the deck is not studied enough. I don't think the deck is explored enough, and I think that could be the reason why it has success. It can really take you by surprise. Not only that, I think the deck does have some pretty cool monsters, does have some pretty cool support, and I think that if you give the deck some time, it will do well. I'll be interested to see what players do with it, because I think it's one of those decks that, again, that is just very unexplored, and I want to see what players do with it to give the deck a chance. Maybe we'll see it in Top Cut. Maybe we'll see it win regionals. Maybe we'll see it top regionals. Again, I'm excited to see what it does with Rise Heart. You know, at 1, dealing with the 1 Rise Heart, it changes a lot of deck strategy, and it makes it a lot easier for them to play in this format, so I'm excited to see what Gold Pride can do going forward. Coming in at number 4, shout out to my boy Triff. You already know. Shout out to all the Pendulum players. I got Draco Slayer. I had to put it on there. Triff's been making content again. Super happy to see him back. All on Draco Slayer. Draco Face Off came back to 3, I believe. I think it's 3. Yeah, it's 3. Yeah. Pendulums. What I've seen is that they're using the super heavy engine with it. I've seen some just different takes with it. I think that the deck had a lot of potential before. It just, again, it was super unexplored. Like, no one played it, no one gave it a chance, and I think that was just unfortunate. I think that was the reason why we didn't see a lot of players give it a chance. I think that it is a deck that, you know, pendulums are just, the mechanic in general is scary. Summoning multiple monsters in one go without even normal summoning, setting up your scales doing some nifty things, super heavy samurai scales being insane. I think there's a lot of potential there. I think there's a lot of things you can do with the new cards, and I think that now Draco Face Off is at 3. There is more consistency, there is more synergy, and again, pay attention to what Triff's been doing on his channel. You guys will see if you guys are trying to learn the deck. I don't know anything about it. I never played a pendulum deck. I mean, I played Cleaford, but that is like the furthest thing from a pendulum deck. But I had pendulum summon before, scaling them. But it's something that it'd be interesting to see. For any pendulum players that are out there trying the deck, I'm anxious to see how it does. I'm anxious to see if it can top some regionals, win some regionals, do well at some upcoming YCSs, maybe even nationals. It'll be really interesting, but definitely don't sleep on the deck. There's a reason why Anti-Spell Fragrance is coming back into the format, not only because of Striker with more engages than ever. You gotta turn off pendulums mechanics, so it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I got pendulums, Draco Slayers, whatever you want to call them, coming in at number 4. I think in the hands of the right pilot, if you guys pay attention to the combo lines, if you do, you know, what the deck is supposed to do, it can find some success, and I'm anxious to see it, because again, for rogue decks, Gold Pride being 5, this being 4, I'm really anxious to see if more players will pick the deck up, because I think they're heavily underrepresented, and not only that, I think they're heavily unexplored. It'll be interesting to see what they do going forward. Now, these next 3 are just, they're pretty crazy. They saw success last format, they topped, and they can do it again. Coming in at number 3, I have Marincess. Now, this deck is wild. Shout out to my boy Shannon Long, known as the Mech Knight God, but he's been on a Marincess tear. He's topped like multiple YCSs with the deck. Don't sleep on this deck. Not only has it been a terror in the TCG, like if the right pilot plays it, it's also been annoying as hell to play against on Master Duel. Like, it is still very crazy. If you don't have the Kaiju to out their Towerist monster, they have that trap card that just activates from hand. It honestly is crazy. They can play a bunch of hand traps. Like, this deck is really solid. The fact that it is all Cybers, it gets the support from the Cybers monsters, from the Cybers archetype. I think it's a deck that don't sleep on it. It's had success. You guys will see all the combo lines. Players have been talking about it for a while. Like I said, it's already seen success last format. Now, that's when Kashtira was the best deck. Kashtira is still in the top decks. It may not be the best deck. You know, we haven't really seen the format play out yet, but anytime a deck that was doing well doesn't get hit on the list, it has a chance to move up and do even better. So I'm anxious to see what the deck is going to do. It'll be very interesting. I'm going to keep my eye on my boy Shannon and any of the other Marincess players that pick up the deck, because not only is it crazy in Master Duel, it's crazy in the TCG, and I think that it's something that we should pay attention to. Kind of hard to hand trap. It can play through hand traps pretty well, and not only that, like, it's towerist monsters, it's negates, like it's freaking trap card that is just annoying as all hell. It's crazy. I'm just anxious to see what the deck does going forward. So that's why I got Marincess coming in at number 3. And remember, 5 is not better than 1, etc. Because you guys know, like, just because I have it on here doesn't mean it's not going to raise up and do better than any of these other decks I mentioned. Coming at number 2, I got the Floowandereeze. Yeah, they don't have the win statue, but who the hell cares? The deck is still solid. You guys saw that it actually had success at last YCS I was at. Me and Johnny recorded it. It was like, what, 4th place? Like, no extra deck. Like, Flu is still crazy. Like, whether you played extra deck or not, that was only so you couldn't get ripped by and zone locked, all zone locked by Kashtira. Now you can still play extra deck. Honestly, it's just prosperity food or extravagance food, depending on what you're playing. Deck doesn't care. Deck plays all the pot cards. Literally can just summon Robina and go, and Empen is still a hell of a card. Like, don't sleep on Empen. Empen is crazy. Like, your special summon monsters can't activate. They attack. It has that battle manipulation crap going on. Like, do not sleep on Floowandereeze. Their trap card is annoying. Their spell card is annoying. Their map is annoying. All the cards of Floowandereeze are still annoying. I think the deck's very solid. I think that it's a budget deck too. Like, if you're not playing Prosperity, like, you literally can just pick this deck up cheap. It's been reprinted. Yeah, it's a deck I wouldn't sleep on. You guys wondered why it wasn't in like the top decks. Honestly, it probably would have been number 11. Maybe it could have even squeezed into number 10. It just depends on representation. I think that's the problem, is a deck like this just doesn't have enough representation. But honestly, for a budget deck that can do well and play against the format, I think it has potential. So definitely an interesting deck. Its match against Kashtira is like, they don't care about the Macrocosmos, so that's pretty good. So I definitely think that the deck has a lot of potential, and again, something that you shouldn't sleep on. I think it's a deck that's really cool. Played it before myself, and I definitely could see it, you know, finding ways to still play. Some players are even being crazy and playing what is it, like playing other ways. Like, if you don't have a way to, obviously we don't have the wind statue. I've heard players wanting to try the water statue. Like, there's just some crazy crap going on. I don't know what's gonna happen with it, but don't sleep on Floowandereeze, man. Those damn birds, like, they keep coming back. So definitely got Floowandereeze in there in the top 5. And last but not least, now you guys are gonna say, Slim, you're biased. I'm totally biased on this one. I got freaking Dark World, baby. I love me some Dark World. Fuck you, Droll and Lockbird. That's all I'm gonna say. Obviously, Droll shits on the deck. Like, who am I kidding? I've been drolled before while playing Dark World at the last YCS. It hurt. Droll probably should still be in your deck somewhere in this format, but just in case it's not, I got Dark World there. I think Dark World being able to hand loop is crazy. You really have to YOLO with the deck, though. I gotta be honest. You gotta YOLO with the deck. Hope that you can hand loop them. Hope they don't have Droll. You can play through most hand traps. Droll's a little hard, but you can usually play through most other hand traps. Gamma not really being an issue no more since it got hit. So don't sleep on Dark World. I think Dark World's a pretty cool deck. I love the deck. I love what the deck does. The board it puts up, the Griffin Lock is pretty crazy. I think that it's something that I wouldn't sleep on. I would definitely still keep your Drolls around if you're not playing Dark World. Pay attention to the deck and be prepared for it, because if not, it will take you by surprise. Their monsters are big. They can play skill drain. They can play viruses. They can play through a lot of crap except Droll. But other than that, I think the deck is very solid. So I have it at number 1. Is it better than Gold Pride and all these other decks? Maybe, I don't know. Just don't droll it and you're good to go. But yeah, that's what I got you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to smash that like button if you did. If you guys want to see a Dark World deck profile, let me know. I'd also be down to profile Dark World. I have Dark World. I love Dark World. Dark World's like damn near a budget deck. If you like got the dangers, they all got reprinted, so it was pretty crazy. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to smash that like button if you did. Let me know what rogue decks I forgot. I'm sure there's plenty. I'm sure there's decks you guys are trying that definitely need some attention in this upcoming format. But these are just my top 5 from my observations, and we'll see how the format plays out. But welcome to the new format, you guys. Hopefully this is a good format. This is our format for nationals. It'll be interesting to see how it continues to play out. But that's all I got for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.